Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
You are muted. I think you have to unmute yourself.
I'm not muted. Can you hear me?
Dr. Inshirah, we cannot hear you. If you can unmute yourself, maybe I'm not sure if it is.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, you are unmuted, but we cannot hear you.
Okay. That's very strange. Is it okay now?
Okay, yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Fine. Could you just let me know if you are there? Fine. But it's 2 o'clock Yemen timing and as well as conference timing. So I guess it's time to start. So assalamu alaikum everyone. It's an honor and pleasure for me to attend and to be with you today. I just want to make sure that everyone is with us. Can you at least unmute yourselves? So, okay, fine. Okay, so let me introduce everyone to everyone else. So today we have myself. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Inshirah. I work in Yemen, in Al-Hikma University in Yemen. I have PhD in teachers development, in service teachers development, and I am interested in different fields and especially mobile learning. So that's it. And we have today Dr. Afrah. Dr. Afrah, she has PhD in English literature. She is working in Bismalim Vakif University. I hope I pronounce it right. Dr. Afrah, no offense. Dr. Afrah is interested in different research areas such as education, language teaching and learning, women studies, and literature. Next person, we have Dr. Asma. Dr. Asma, she has PhD in English as a specific purposes. And she is working in Algeria. Please correct me if I pronounce it wrong. Salih Ahmed Nama, something like that. Okay. Her research interest includes language learning motivation, teachers development, and teaching and learning strategies. So welcome, Dr. Asma. And last but not least, as a speaker, we have Ms. Ines Abu Hamda, if I am not wrong. Ms. Ines, she is a PhD student at
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Doctor. Assalamu alaikum. Doctor, I am Tahani Charat. I will talk in front of Dr. Ines because she is infected with virus corona. She's my friend. I will make her presentation if you let me out or if you excuse us, please.
So you will present her presentation in behalf of her.
I will read. Yes, I will read the presentation. She's with us if we need any questions or need anything. But she's detected with virus corona and she feels sick. Because of that, I will speak in front of her and I will read her presentation. I took the PowerPoint. Inshallah, I can read her presentation about the jigsaw-operated learning. If you allowed me, I appreciate that.
That's fine. She should,
okay. Can I? Okay. When is my turn? Can I start?
You wait. Let me finish introducing the speakers. Then I'll tell you when your turn will come.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I appreciate your help and support. Thank you, Doctor.
But she will answer the questions, right?
Inshallah, she can. I said that she is detected with virus corona and she is sick. But I am a PhD student with her at USM University, and I know about her work. If there's any question, inshallah, I can answer about it. Because we work together always, we like sisters and friends. She's like my sister.
Yeah, I can understand. I just want to make sure that she'll be part of this.
Yes, she will be part of this, inshallah. If there's any question, inshallah, she will answer it. Inshallah, she can do that.
Okay, fine. So
okay. I appreciate your help. Thank you, Doctor.
You are welcome. So yeah, so let me just explain that we have 3 papers in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Each one will have around 20 minutes, let's say, and if then after the presentation we'll have like 5 minutes or like maximum for discussions and questions and answers. So that's it. So if we start, with 1 minute. We'll start according to the table, to the program table. So we'll have learners' attitude towards the online learning through the late pandemic. This is a study by myself and Dr. Afra. So we'll start with that, followed by Dr. Asma, and then we will have Miss Inas. Okay. So, yeah, please, Dr. Afra.
So Dr. Inshirah, you can start, and I will continue from where you stop.
Yes. Can you just let me know that my voice is clear to you?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So, the topic of our research paper is about EFL learners, attitude toward the online learning, attitudes toward the online learning through the late pandemic. It is a kind of exploratory study. The study has been like we thought about this topic since we have been through the personal experience of teaching our learners through online classes due to the late pandemic, which caused a lot of changes in the educational process. So we thought about exploring their attitudes because, learners' attitudes change from time to time and according to the settings and the context. So, yeah. So the outline of this presentation will be, we have introduction, and you will hear from us about the research methodology, which includes the sample profile, samples of the studies. And we will discuss the research tools, the results, the discussion of the results, and finally, we will suggest some topics for further research. Okay. So, as I told you, the late pandemic has caused a lot of changes, rapid changes, dramatic changes in the educational process. All of a sudden, millions of schools, thousands of schools have to shut down all around the world due to the pandemic. So this is, could you please, could you please just mute yourselves, guys? Because there is some noise I can hear from, yeah. So due to this pandemic, the educational process has changed, and those changes have different effects on different aspects of our lives and our learners' lives, including their attitudes, their learning outcomes, and their productivity. So that's why we thought about exploring and studying their attitudes toward the online learning. So the samples of this profile, since it is a combined study between me and Dr. Afrah, so the samples include the learners in two different contexts, that is Turkey and Yemen. I did the Yemeni side and she covered the Turkey side. The samples of the study targeted university learners, different levels, but they have to go through the experience of the online classes. This is like the crucial element. So the samples includes, for Turkey, we have medical students, and there were 32 learners who participated in this. In Yemen, we have students of IT, computer sciences, and general English fields, and they study either English for specific purposes classes, or professional English classes, or general English. Their level of education is bachelor degree, and their ages varies between 18 to 24 or something. So I'd like Dr. Afrah to add to this, explaining about the samples of Turkey, please.
Okay, so as you mentioned, the students are medical students. We had dentistry, medicine faculty students, and pharmacy faculty students. The level of the students varied between the first junior students and third year students. The age was like between 18 and 22 years old for the participants.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Afrah. Yes. So next slide. Yeah. So the research settings, the research methodology. In the research methodology, we have the research setting, which is the location of the study. As I told you before, it is the study targeted learners, university learners in Yemen and Turkey. They both share the foreign language context, and the learners, they study English for specific purposes. So the target group is university learners, but what is important is all of them has been through the experience of online classes during the late pandemic of COVID-19. So all in all, the samples are 113 university students, divided between the Yemen and Turkey universities. And I will discuss the research tools as well. So the study have mainly depends on questionnaire. This questionnaire has been sent to the students through Google form for me, and for Dr. Afrah, it was through what was that?
Microsoft Forms.
Okay, Microsoft Forms, thank you. So the questionnaire was designed in order to discover and explore the learners' attitudes toward the online classes. And the questionnaires consist of 20 multiple choice questions, but ended with 2 open-ended questions for the reason of giving them chance to express themselves in case they want to add something, and also for the purpose of cross-checking, like for the credibility and validity of the answers. Could you please introduce yourself? Yeah, thank you. So the questionnaire was divided, was designed according to 4 categories. We have the psychological factors, and we have the gadgets and technology factors. We have the learner's autonomy factor and the learning styles factor. So based on these 4 categories, we designed different questions. Okay, so after the questions, after we got the results from the learners, we analyzed the data and we got the results. From here, I request Dr. Afrah to carry on with you. Please, Dr. Afrah.
Thank you so much. First, let me express my happiness and honor to be with you all here. I'm going to share the results with you now. Of course, we cannot share all the results for all the questions, but as Dr. Inshrahi mentioned, some of the questions were designed to cross-check the validity of the answers of the students. So I'm going to share the most important categories of that questionnaire. So let me just change it. And okay, so as you can see, 58% of the participants, they don't prefer online classes over traditional classes. This feedback, we got it from the questions relevant to the preference, if they like online class or traditional classes. 57% of the participants, they felt more motivated to attend face-to-face classes. And of course, the rest of the students showed that they don't feel motivated. I have to indicate one thing here. In our questionnaire, we had 3 responses available for the students: agree, disagree, and not sure. So in the cases where we had majority of disagree or agree, we had also not sure, which is, kind of gray area. And the number of students who contradicted the majority was like very small. It's not even, significant. Okay, we had 67% of the students or the responses in the Yemeni side, on the Yemeni participants. Of course, Dr. Inshrahi can explain to us, according to her experience and her knowledge about the context, why this result came from the participants. They agreed that online learning is better than face-to-face when it comes to initiating the learners' autonomy and taking responsibility for their learning. On the other hand, 56% of the students in Turkey, they disagreed actually, and I was shocked because the rest of the participants, like majority of them, they were not sure, which is kind of a diplomatic way of not answering the question, saying that they don't feel that online is actually equipping them or preparing them for taking responsibility for their learning. Also, we had 70% from the Yemeni side and 75% in the Turkish side in the participants, agreeing that face-to-face kind of real contact with their teachers in real world instead of the virtual world. They expressed that they enjoy their company in the classroom. 67% of the Yemeni learners, as well as 69%, you can see that the results were very close, agreed that it's the physical presence of their teacher or instructor is really important for motivating them and also, achieving the targets of the learning process. Okay. Now, the data analysis, when we started analyzing and tried to interpret the results, actually we came to these points. First thing, learners, they don't like online classes. It was very clear from the responses. I think they find all of them, they find the traditional classes more fun. Majority of the subjects, about 70%, they don't feel motivated to attend online classes. And also, online classes, they don't motivate them to discover more, to take responsibility for their learning, like to read more or to try to explore new areas in their studies. When we asked them whether they liked online learning, because they expressed that, because we had these open-ended questions, they actually expressed that it's not easy for them to learn without teacher in the Turkish side, but in the Yemeni side, which is like amazing and shocking, students in majority they showed that online classes, they help them to learn without the teacher. Again, I would like to hear from Dr. Inshra the indication and implication of these answers. Why students they believe that? Because as you know, the Turkish context and the Yemeni context is totally different, especially in this time with the war going on in Yemen, and the infrastructure is not that much good in Yemen. So yeah, we can leave that till the discussion time. Okay, so regarding the discussion of the results, Dr. Inshra, would you like to take it or should I continue? I can't hear you.
Continue. Yeah, please continue.
Okay, so based on the results that we obtained from the survey, we actually we found out that learners they are not satisfied with the new system of online classes. They are not happy at all with that. They believe that online classes are neither fun nor motivating to learn. The online classes also method has failed to address the learners' needs and consequently failed to motivate them to learn. As we know that some students they get motivated visually, some they like physically activities and things like that. So definitely online cannot serve all the students' needs. Also, the problem that stands behind all that is not because of technology, because in the responses we got from the students, both the Turkish and the Yemeni side and the participants, they showed that they have internet and they have access to it, and also they have the gadget, whether it is a laptop, a mobile phone, or a tablet. So when we came to this study, actually, I'm talking about myself. I came with the hypothesis that students may be suffering because shortage of gadgets, logistics, something like that. But it seems it is not the problem, because the participants' answers was not according to that, or didn't agree with that. Also, the participants showed their preference for the traditional class because they believe that it will meet their needs and different learning styles among them, because they can see, hear, and do and participate in the real classroom. Now, our suggestions for further research, we suggest doing more studies or conducting more studies in the following topics for further research. The first area is the possibility of making online learning more engaging. Definitely, when we read the new studies in this field, we can find many suggestions actually and recommendation. The only problem is that the possibility of applying and integrating the new research results in our real life, because for that you need infrastructure, you need also administrative support. Learners' motivation and online learning this era definitely needs more study, because as we can see from the participants' responses, most of them, they didn't feel motivated in online classes. So maybe a new study which will cover a bigger sample may answer the question. factors affecting learners' attitude towards the online learning, teaching methods and learning styles in online classes and classroom management, parents' roles in their children's online classes. And this is really important because with COVID-19 pandemic, it showed that it's really important in this context. Also dealing with with diversity in online classes is kind of area that needs more study to cover it. Okay, so that's it regarding the suggestion and recommendation. I would leave it to Dr. Injira if she likes to add something, or we can just open the door for questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Afra. I just want to add a few points here about the results. That it is something like surprising, and it is something nice to know from the results itself that learners in Yemen they have different beliefs. Like if we discuss the psychological side or the beliefs of the learners, I found it very interesting to know that my learners are okay and they feel they are very fine to study without the physical presence of their teachers. So that means the learning, like their autonomy is really good, and they really feel they are responsible of their own learning. They don't hold the traditional approach kind of principles about learners and teacher is the source of the knowledge, and learner is an empty pot that should be filled by the teacher. So they believe they can do it. They can. Could you please mute yourselves, guys? Yeah. So so that is something really nice as a teacher, first of all, and as a person who is interested in exploring about their beliefs. So to know that the teacher is not the source of the knowledge to the learners is something good. So as long as they believe they can do it alone, that means they can learn whatever. They can just, as long as they have the device and the internet, so they can teach themselves. So finally, the teacher is not the source of the knowledge. A second point I want to highlight here is the despite the challenges and difficulties that Yemeni learners are going through due to the warfare that has been happening for 5 years or something like that, still the learners in Yemen, they stated that they prefer online classes because they believe they are more responsible, they can learn on themselves, and they can manage their times better. So the problem is their internet service is low and like very bad, as most of them stated in the open-ended question when we asked them what you don't like about online classes, they said the internet service, and that's a fact. So that's it from my side. So this is our presentation and it's time for discussions. Have you got any question? Please let us hear you. Guys, either me and Dr. Afrah are waiting for your questions. We are still waiting. Are you there, guys?
Yes, we are there. It's an amazing presentation, by the way. All the best for Dr. Afra, mashallah. Amazing presentation. Your research is mashallah amazing, and your result is amazing. There's no question, seriously. It's amazing session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Miss Asma, Dr. Asma, have you got any question, Dr. Asma? Fine.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I would like to congratulate you about your interesting presentation. Can you hear me? Yes.
Dr. Asma, I can hear you. Your voice is very clear.
But
Please carry
it's not the same. But it's not the same for me. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear me?
What's the problem of that?
The voice is clear. I think
Yes.
we can hear you, Doctor.
Yes, Miss Dr. Asma, we can hear you. You can just carry on if you wish. Miss Asma?
Yes, Dr. Inshirah, can you hear me?
Yes, 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 yes.
So here
Dr.
today in
Asma.
Algeria, look, I'm going to tell you something. Unfortunately, today in Algeria, secondary school students or pupils are sitting for baccalaureate exam. So we are suffering from slow internet during 3 days or 4 days, I think. From now till, I think, Wednesday.
It's okay, Miss Dr. Asma, we can hear you very clearly. Your voice is clear and we can hear you. So no worries. You can just
Okay.
carry on.
So concerning your presentation, it was a good one, really interesting, amazing, and beneficial at the same time. I congratulate you again.
Thank
You
you.
and Dr. Afrah.
Yes. Have you
Happy
got
to
any
meet you.
questions,
Happy
Dr.
to know
Asma?
you. No questions.
The pleasure is
No
mine.
questions.
No questions? Okay.
No
So
questions.
thank
It's
you,
all
Dr.
clear.
Asma. Thank you. So Dr. Asma, we can carry on with you, please. So can we carry on with
Okay.
your presentation now?
So can you display the PowerPoint?
Where is the PowerPoint? Where is it?
I did send it to the conference yesterday, both PowerPoint presentation and oral presentation.
Dr. Asma, the problem is nobody shared anything with me. I'm so sorry, Dr. Asma. Do you have it with you now?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, so you can just share the screen.
How?
From your side.
Let me
Dr. Inshirah, excuse me, can I present the presentation for Dr. Inas first? Because if my colleagues want to prepare herself and prepare her slides, is it okay for you?
So I agree with her. So let her present her presentation.
Okay.
Then
okay. Okay, until you get ready, Dr. Asma. So your turn will be next. So yeah, please, Ms. Tahani, you will present in behalf of.
Okay, I will ask my friend Inas. I will ask my friend Inas to share the slides. Inas, are you hearing me? Please share the slides, please. Inas. Okay, I will turn on my own camera. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So sorry because the internet here in Palestine is so weak. You know the situation here in Palestine. We are in a war zone.
As we say in Arabic, لا تشكيلي أبكي لك. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Thank you so much. Here the slides. Dr. Inas will be shared with us. I appreciate your help and support, Dr. Shariat. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Okay. The international conference the pandemic as a PhD student at university. The effect of discooperated learning techniques on second grader achievement and teaching EFL at Qalqiyya City. Okay. The teaching foreign language during pandemic. This is the outline for our presentation. The introduction. The statement of the problem, research questions. First of all, English is the most widely useful and used international language in the world. The Palestinian government has been motivated to status the English as a global language. Even we are in a war-torn country and we suffering a lot from the Israeli soldiers and etc. But we want to improve our English language to be and cooperate with each other to improve our communicative skills to the next generation, to let the whole world listen to us. And the Palestinian government had demanded that schools and teachers adopt cooperative learning techniques. On the other hand, by convincing the government, they adopting cooperative learning, English teaching, inshallah. I think all of us need cooperative learning because when we cooperate, we make a lot of magic things. For the statement of the problem, the main problem around city, we are feed wall. We are like living in a big prison with a wall and the low proficiency of teaching, reading, comprehension using the traditional way. All the teachers are using the traditional way. This is the whole problem here in Palestine because you know that the teachers want just walk, talk, and talk. Walk, talk, and talk, which I mean is just lecturing, walking, and talking during the class, and that's it. And this is the most maybe a problem for low achievement for teachers and for students, both of them. Here the statement of the problem in this article, the bracelet for 6th, 7th grader schools. 6 schools, they are in the last 2 scholastics year, from 2018 to 2019 in the city of Qalqilia. The researchers found a high degree of weakness in their low achievement marks, especially in reading skills. The achievement of English achievement marks is so low. According to the statistics 2008 from the Directorate of the Education in Qalqilia, primary students, especially 7th grade in Qalqilia, face many difficulties with their EL achievement. Why I took 7th grader? Because they are not elementary school, there is a secondary school, and we started from 7th, 8th, 9th, etc. Okay. Palestinian English language teachers face many challenges. The English language teachers prefer to relate to the traditional method. As I said first, they want just to talk, walk, and talk, use the talk. For managing textbook, finishing the curriculum, to be more excited, and to make the time full. Namely, to use them, the exercise sources are not the materials facilitate further more contact. The use of variety text in English Palestine because they are limited access to other resources such as internet, books, article, etc. The student results when the cooperative learning techniques, including jigsaw, we added that effectively they provided. They feel that the whole learning and teaching process is fun, enjoyment. They talk to each other. They motivated to learn English and motivated to read English more and more. About the occupation burdens, teaching EFL in Palestine are under the, you know that the competition environment for number of students classes. It suffers many obstacles.
Mr. Hani, I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you please like display the slides one by one because we can't read it like that. Just the slides presented one by one. Please.
I am in the research question and the objectives of the study. This slide, okay? The research question is what are the effects of using jigsaw cooperative learning techniques on student achievement? Okay, the objectives of the study to investigate the effects of using jigsaw cooperative learning techniques for improving EFL 7th grader achievement. There's a lot of techniques and cooperative learning. We took the jigsaw technique. Okay. Now I will move to the lecture review. The theories which are yes.
Mr. Hani, I am sorry to interrupt again. I want you to show the slides one by one. Yes, the slides. Show them one
Yes,
by one. Instead
yes,
of showing them as a list.
okay. Inas, lecture review, please. بس lecture review, Inas, okay? And the first one, theory, constructivism, learning theory, okay? Okay, the theories which are related to the jigsaw and cooperative learning is the constructive learning theory. And there's a lot, it's a big umbrella of theories. The constructive theory proposed that the awareness is created by the contact with the world relationship with both adults and peers. Therefore, the students learn not from the words of the teacher, but instead educational experiences. They prefer to practice, to use experience, to learning by practicing, okay? And there's a lot that students will work together or individually and cooperatively, then the information is constructed. They build the information and construct it step by step. And the constructive philosophy promotes the belief that the using different teaching methods, individual variation can be resolved, and that the use of alternative teaching techniques can have a positive effect on teaching process. The cooperative learning refers to the social constructivism theory of social theory. I will not talk a lot about it, but there's a lot of studies and articles, research shown and told us about the cooperative learning techniques and jigsaw technique. It's very effective tool, facilitate and clarify and make all the situations for the students to make the learning method effective improvement, and there's a high of achievement of marks for the student, so elementary or secondary, okay? According to the Elliot Anderson Jolix, he first developed jigsaw. He developed jigsaw techniques of cooperative learning in 1978. In this technique, each learner becomes a particular topic activity, and everyone facilitates and work together. In addition, the jigsaw enhances essential aspects of aspects of cooperative learning, such as constructing in addition, Anderson mentioned that jigsaw is a teaching technique is successfully used, especially in Persian language teaching. For instructor, the jigsaw technique sounds perfect because it encourages students to educate each other. I mean that here the students help each other. The students are working together. The strong students help the weak students. All of them are working together. All of them cooperate with each other to make a good work, to make a good result. And there's another one study that the high school level, the jigsaw technique can be effective, enabling the students to have a high self-esteem. And the jigsaw, therefore, the study uses jigsaw as a cooperative learning techniques that require the students to interact with each other in order to fill and combine the missing information with each other. The conclusion, I think, based on the whole these related studies and the whole researches and about our results about the questionnaires from the 7th graders, the finding, the researcher arrived the following conclusion. Jigsaw cooperative learning techniques create with the objective of reducing conflicts, enhancing positive educational outcomes, helping students to understand that they have a whole encouraging cooperation, to cooperate with each other and to help each other. And also this technique motivated students toward an independent practice of English language instead of direct direction. It was clear through the group work activities, and they're asking for extra techniques during the lesson. Jigsaw cooperative learning technique is develop collaborative learning and clear from the students learned through the idea exchange and the learned from their own mistakes, as well as the mistakes of their partners. It provides great opportunities for low and intermediate achievers, which I mean that the students who are have a low achievement with the students who have a high achievement. The students, when they are cooperate with each other and work with each other in English language, they will be helping each other like they will be their guiders. And if they are cooperate with each other, they will be, inshallah, good at reading, comprehensive, and every skill in English. And finally, I think that the techniques of teaching reading comprehension, where the participant in the experiment revealed remarkable development in their achievement, and the GISCO cooperative learning techniques help the participants from a sense of leadership, because groups always have leaders. I think the teaching here now, the teaching Frisian language during the pandemic, the research design, it's a quantitative methodology. We use the questionnaire. The research contest, it was in Palestine, in Qalqiyya city. The participant English language teachers. And here, if you can see the Frisian language during the cooperative learning, 1-5 jigsaw learning groups. If you step 1, step 2, step 3, and when they make social, when they are working together, each in front of each other to facilitate each other. And this is the jigsaw learning. It's like a round table with role play, learning teams together. And thank you so much for your listening. I hope my presentation was good. Is there any questions? I will let the chance or the opportunity to my colleagues. Inas, inshallah, Inas, I hope that you are well now if you took your medicine.
Thank you. Thank you.
To answer
Can you
the
hear me?
question. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Hani.
Thank
Nice
you.
presentation.
Assalamu
Thank
alaikum. Can you hear me?
so
Yes.
much. Dr. Inshirah, I appreciate your help, your
Assalamu alaikum.
support
Can you hear
and
me?
listening, and it means a lot for us for this beautiful conference. It's an amazing thing. I'm so proud to be an Arab and Palestinian woman, because always I advise the women to be, inshallah, big leaders.
Assalamu
Inshallah.
alaikum. Can
Thank
you
you
hear
so
me?
much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Dr.
Mr.
Inas,
Hani.
okay.
So
Thank you.
it's time for
Assalamu alaikum. Can
questions
you
and
hear me?
answers. Yes, we can hear you, Ms. Inas.
Yes,
And
thank
it is
you so
time
much
for
for this
questions and
fruitful
answers.
conference. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting my soulmate to present instead of me. I'm so happy to be here in this conference. So thank you for your fruitful presentations that you mentioned before. And I'm so happy to be here with Bardhan University in this specific conference. So nice to meet you. And if you have any question for my presentation, please, you can ask. Thank you so much.
I have a question, if I am allowed, please.
Yes, please.
Tahani, she was mentioned in the presentation that the attitude of instructors there is walk, talk, and chalk, if I'm not wrong. I found it really interesting kind of description for the approach the instructors are taking there. My question is that why do you think they are still, hold tightly to this approach while the world now, I mean, we move far from, discussing if communicative approach is important or not. Now, we started even discussing, according to my knowledge, that the Palestinian context is much more developed than the context in Yemen, because I have attended some workshops with Palestinian teachers, and I was amazed with their, professional abilities and knowledge. So if you can just, share with us about this kind of approach, why still there in Palestine, I'll be thankful.
Yes, thank you so much for your question. I'd like to mention that not all the students that they have the traditional way or the lecture method, because most of the teachers, for the 7th graders especially, they use this technique, the traditional way and the lecture way. This is a stage that's between the elementary stage and the secondary stage, and which is a sensitive stage according to me, because the students here, or the teachers for this stage, they don't have the suitable techniques that teach the students and to facilitate the teaching for English as a foreign language. So according to me as a teacher in the school, I see that there is a lot of students, for especially 7th graders, they have the low proficiency in English. I asked myself, why is the students, they have the low proficiency? So I found that most of the teachers, they use this until now, the traditional way of teaching, and which is the most important point that I want to mention. This is my point. And because of this, and because of the occupation and the Bartite wall around my city, which is Kalkia, I see that we have overcrowded classes inside the school, because we have 40 students, over 40 students in one class. And this is effects on the students and on their achievement. Because of that, according to me as a researcher, I'd like to mention cooperative learning, especially on Jigsaw, to use a teamwork to let the students, the low achievers and the high achievers, to work together and cooperate to get achievement, to get a high achievement, and especially to love English. And most of the students here, they don't love English. According to use, yes, you know. So we try to let the students to be happy when they learn and to understand English, especially as a foreign language. So that's my point, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Inas. And I have a question here, if you don't mind.
Yes, you can.
First, Ms. Inas, I wish you will get well soon.
Inshallah, thank you.
We pray for your speed recovery.
Thank you.
Ms. Inas, I don't know that it's a question or kind of thinking aloud. What is the connection between the pandemic and the Jigsaw? Because I find it, there is no connection. Jigsaw requires cooperation. It requires communicating with others, working with others, playing with others.
Yes, we can.
Then the pandemic requires the exact opposite.
Yes, dear, I know.
Can you connect between the Jigsaw
we can use puzzles. We can use puzzles. We can use games about Jigsaw cooperative learning, and we can share it through using Microsoft Teams, WhatsApp groups, or any social media apps. We can use it as games, not just like face-to-face activities. We can use it in social media.
Okay.
Yes, that's my point.
Yes. The second question is, you mentioned Jigsaws help in raising the self-esteem of the learners. Could you elaborate a bit on this?
Yes, I mean that we have shy students in the class. They don't like to speak English, and they don't like to talk in English, and they don't like to speak anymore. So using this strategy or this technique will help these shy students to participate and to self-esteem, to have a self-esteem, to try to talk in English and speak it. That's my point.
Okay, so through the Jigsaw, what kind of skills did you target? Is it the speaking skill, or you use the Jigsaw to? Yes,
for reading comprehension. For reading comprehension. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this fruitful conference again, and I appreciate my friend for help. And thank you so much. Thank you from my deep heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. It's a nice paper.
Thank you.
I really like using games and language games, especially for teaching the language, because it's fun, it's cooperative. And
also, I'd like to mention something. My friend Tahani also talking about drama. So we use both strategies that's good for students here in Palestine. She's talking about drama, and me is talking about Jigsaw. So it's lovely. Her topic is nice also. Thank you.
It's nice. All the best for both of you.
Thank you,
So,
sweetheart.
So
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, all the best. Soon we will see you, doctors. So now we want you are welcome. Dr. Asma, are you still with us? Dr. Asma? Dr. Asma, can you hear me?
She is not in the list of the participants. I cannot see her name.
So I don't know about Dr. Asma, if she will join us soon. Otherwise, I guess we can come to the end of this discussion. Unless you have anything to add, anything to discuss, any question? Okay. So yeah, it seems Dr. Asma is not with us, and I'm not sure whether she will join us. Whether shall we wait or just end the session? I'm not sure.
I think we can give her 5 minutes. It's not.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So so you said you are doing your PhD in drama and jigsaw, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And you are studying according to your CV in Malaysia, right?
Yeah, right, in Malaysia.
Okay, so how is it going through the pandemic? I mean, your PhD during the pandemic.
Yes, let
us talk about the advanced level, the higher education.
Yeah, thank you. We are right now keep in touch with our supervisors using Teams, Microsoft Teams. So once or twice a time in 1 month for online meeting with my supervisor. I have two supervisors, but my friend have one, and she's a deputy dean, yes, of my university. So that's the way how can we contact with our teachers, but it's so hard, really. I'd like to go back, inshallah, after the pandemic is finished, inshallah, as soon as possible. I'd like to come back and go back to Malaysia and contact with my supervisors face to face as usual. And that's I want to mention. Thank you.
Okay. It's nice. All the best.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So, Mr. Hani, can you tell us, while we are waiting, can you tell us a bit about the drama and teaching? How do you use literature in teaching English? Please let me know. If you don't mind, because there is no obligation, you are not part of this, and we are just trying to like spend time until Dr. Asma join us. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The internet here is weak. So sorry.
Okay.
The internet here is weak. As you know, the internet is weak here.
It's okay. I can understand.
But
I am so sorry.
My work is about educational drama and speaking skill.
Okay.
And to help.
Okay, fine. So I guess that's it. It's 3 o'clock.
Okay, doctor, is it right now? Can you hear me clear?
Yes,
Yes, we hear you here.
We can hear you.
Dr. Shirah, did you ask me a question? Could you please repeat the questions for me?
Okay.
Tahani, she wants to know about the drama. What do you use the drama? What's the techniques that you use?
Yes. Okay. My thesis is about the educational drama and with the fair speaking skills. There's a lot of techniques incorporated in drama, like wordplay, round table. There's a lot of techniques that help the students. Even we are in Palestine and we're facing a lot of problems from the occupation and the low proficiency and the low achievement for the students. But always we should be updating creative persons to find solutions to these problems for the teachers and the students. I published at least 4 or 5 articles about educational drama, creative drama, for speaking skills, yes, during my PhD. By the way, I am with Dr. Inas. We are colleagues in the same university, at the same university in Malaysia.
The paper with us. Yes, yes, we published the paper.
She's the big supporter for me. I found that drama can make the whole process of learning and teaching is enjoyment. That we are all of us are actors. We have this skill to be act. I think the student, when he will be take the role play, he will forget that his name is Ahmad or Muhammad. He will think that I am Amir right now. He will take his turn and try to act, to speak. Even when he speaks English, he will not be shy from speaking English. He just take the practicing and walk to each other, talk to each other. We are, as a researcher, we have, what can I say in this situation? We have a responsibility to be creative, not just cut and paste and make something just for feeling. I just, when I finished my master's degree, I published an article about educational drama, in enhancing speaking skills from the teacher perspective. Now in my PhD, I use also educational drama for speaking skills, but from 3 points of view, from the English language supervisors, from the English language teachers, and from the 7th grader students.
Allah. MashaAllah, I am embarrassed, Tahani. Thank you. Thank you for such explanation.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you,
really
Dr. Sharia, for everything. Dr. Inshirah, thank you so much. I'm so proud
I appreciate your
part
effort.
of this conference. And I am so proud. There's a lot of Arab women who make conferences and make an article, researchers, even we are mothers or sisters or teachers. This is during holidays. We are suffering, we know, but we will do it, inshallah.
Inshallah, dear. Inshallah, we will do it.
Okay, all the best. I love you so much. And thank you for opportunity. I appreciate that. May God bless you.
Thank you, Ms. Tahani. Thank you, Ms. Inas.
Thank you
so,
too.
I think that's it for today. Please allow me to express my gratitude to you and say thank you to everyone. I mean, each one of you. It was like 1 hour of enjoyment. I enjoyed each minute, each second. It was a fruitful kind of discussion.
Thank you.
And so that's it. So we came to the end. There is a request that if it's okay with you to open the camera, so we can take a group photo, if you don't mind. Mr. Hani, Zina, everyone.
I'm so sorry. I don't have hijab right now because I'm in bed. Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry about that. I'd like to take a photo with you, and I'd like to.
Not me. It's not me. It's the organizers, Miss Inas. Yeah. Listen, it's the organizers asked for like participants to open their cameras so we can take a group photo, and after that they will distribute the conference certificates. Inshallah.
Yeah. Inshallah. So, thank you, Spain.
Okay.
If you allow me, I just want to add one thing. I really to show and express my appreciation to Barton University for allowing us and giving us that chance to, have
Yes.
this beautiful meeting to share the
Thank you.
results of our studies. That was really
yeah,
kind of them.
and to meet you also, Doctor.
I feel the
Thank
same.
you.
Thank you so much. I'm
Thank
really
you.
honored.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So, okay. I think that's the photo will be like that. And that's it for today, guys. Okay, so those are the certificates. Oh, nice. Congratulations, everyone. We did it. And thank you to the university for hosting such event, which is the time hour to discuss education and online learning and the pandemic as well.
Doctor, may I ask a question? Do you
Please.
can you give a certificate for my dear friend Tahani for participation, if you don't mind?
I think the certificates is for the participants
Only, yeah.
and not the attendance. Okay,
Oh,
but you can contact the organizers, I guess, or I don't know.
okay,
So,
dear. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So welcome, Dr. Fatma. Thank you very much.